Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McRae here. Have you guys seen it? Have you guys seen the official SDCC, San Diego Comic-Con, Halloween 2018 poster, which dropped today, Wednesday, July the 18th, 2018. Now, San Diego Comic-Con is not until this weekend, but the official Halloween SDCC poster dropped today. Have you guys seen it? Comment below and let me know. If you guys haven't seen it, here is your first look at it right here. Now, before I get into it and give you my thoughts on this poster, I just want to give credit where credit is due and acknowledge the artist. The artist is a gentleman by the name of Bill Sienkiewicz? Something like that. Anyway, I believe the last name is Polish or Russian or something to that effect. Anyway, yeah, he's apparently a well-known comic book artist within the industry. And if you want to check out more of his stuff, you can go to his official website, which is Bill Sienkiewicz, which is spelled SIENKIEWICZ. art.com, billsienkiewiczart.com. And I went to his site and he's got some great stuff on there. And with comic books, original art, the Marvel universe, the DC universe, pop culture, all that kind of jazz. So if you're into that and you love artwork in this kind of vein, definitely check out his website. But yeah, so he is the gentleman that created what I believe is a pretty cool image. I'm digging it, guys. I'm actually really liking this. Now, I know a lot of people are not crazy on the font. Okay, I get it. I understand it. I have to admit the font didn't bother me at all. I think it's very stylistic. It's different, but in a very positive sort of forward-moving way. It's eerie, and it goes with the rest of the poster. It's got that gritty sort of organic vibe, which the rest of the poster has. But for those of you who don't like it or aren't crazy on it, keep in mind that this isn't necessarily the font and the logo, so to speak, that is going to be in the actual movie. Okay, when you watch the actual movie, this isn't necessarily the font that's going to come up when the title of the movie comes up. And also keep in mind that this is a SDCC, San Diego Comic-Con. This is a San Diego Comic-Con specific poster, okay? That's what it's being marketed as, because keep in mind, especially nowadays, it's not unprecedented. Actually, it's very likely, very probable that highly anticipated movies that end up at San Diego Comic-Con release specific San Diego Comic-Con posters. I mean, this is a business nowadays, right? We're really past the era now, especially when it comes to big, highly anticipated movies in the superhero genre or the sci-fi genre or the horror genre, where they're releasing a teaser poster and then a poster. Like I remember, the day, as you guys probably do too, where you'd get a teaser poster and there wasn't really much on it. It was just doing exactly what it was supposed to do, tease you, and then some months later they would release an official poster. Well, nowadays, you got teaser posters, you got character posters, you got, official posters, San Diego Comic-Con posters, you got one sheets of, all these other things. I mean, really, what is an official poster nowadays, right? Because in many cases, not all the time, but in many cases, the, character posters or the teaser posters or, the San Diego Comic-Con posters tend to end up being really fucking amazing. And there's really no need to then deliver an official poster where you've set the bar so high where it's kind of like, why don't we just use this as the official poster kind of thing, right? So, but the point I'm making is that for those of you who don't like this poster or don't like the font, you may still get another one a few weeks from now or a few months from now as we get closer to the official release of the movie. But I'm digging this. I'm really liking this. I love the visual aesthetic, the color tones. I love the fact that it's a lower shot, presenting Michael in a very ominous sort of way, a very imposing sort of way. I really like that. I love the red spots of blood on his jumpsuit that are sort of just kind of falling down as if maybe there's some, wind in the trees, right? And the wind is blowing the blood off of the knife. And this image just so happens to capture the moment. Little droplets of blood just kind of go like this from the wind across his chest. Maybe they're not even on him. They're just kind of going by him or something to that effect, right? Just at that moment, and it just kind of flies off his knife across his chest, and that's the moment. It's like, Do you know what I'm saying? I love that kind of shit. So I really like those details. Yeah, look, I know a lot of people have not been crazy on the size of the knife when it comes to this new Halloween 2018 movie. I understand it. I get it. I still think we have to wait to see how the knife is utilized and moves through the space with Michael, how he uses it to really give a full sort of concrete answer to really how we feel at the end of the day, whether or not that's going to work. But just looking at the promotional images and this poster, would I like to see the knife just a bit bigger? Yeah, I would. I'd like it to see a more along the lines of what it was in the original movie back in 1978. But that being said, I mean, all things considered, it's really good. I'm really digging this image. I love that it's I don't know if this is a painting or an illustration. Could be a combination of both, but I love the visual aesthetic. Like I said, I love the gritty, organic vibe of the piece. And of course, when you have a comic book illustrator, tackling something like this, he's going to give that, that sense of ominous presence to the piece. And Michael definitely has this here. I definitely would love to have this and put it on my wall. And I'll be honest with you, I really don't think you need to release another poster. I think that poster back there can work perfectly fine as the official poster, and I think this poster here can work perfectly fine as the official poster. But of course, this is a business, and they want to make money. So they're probably going to release, I don't think they'll release character posters. That's more reserved for superhero and sci-fi films. I mean, they could, but if they do, it's kind of like a little cheesy, I think. But could we still see another official poster that's not a painting per se? It's more along the traditional lines of what an official poster is. Yeah, I think we could. But I love the style of this. It's very gritty and organic and imposing and scary, and I can feel the fall behind him. That's what I love about this. I can feel, a lot of these images that I'm seeing, it feels cold. It feels, like it could be windy, right? And the blood, like I just said, the blood is being blown off his knife, across his chest. I feel sort of this imposing dark. Could it be a bit darker? Could we sort of, boost the contrast a bit, darken the image a bit, maybe have some low-key lighting on the right side of his face, your left? Yes, we could do that. Maybe paint the moon somewhere kind of in the corner where the moon's kind of shining down, so maybe he's only illuminated by moonlight. Yeah, well, of course. Like, there's so many different creative choices you could make with an image like this, but I like it. I like what I'm seeing. I dig it. I dig this. I like that it's not, it's got a very sort of cold darkness to it. And I'm really curious. And maybe what's lighting him from the back is the moon, right? We could say that, right? Maybe that's why, there's the, if he was to go like this, there's the moon. But still, if I was painting, which there's no way I could do this. But creatively, I might have the moon maybe off to the side a bit, so it's sort of like illuminating him from the side or something to that effect. Like, there's so many different ways that you could do it. But at the end of the day, I'm digging it. I really like this. I think it's solid. There's some things, as an artist myself, not a painter, but as, an artist, there's certain creative choices that I might want to, to play around with. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's great. So Bill Sienkiewicz, you've done a great job, man. You've done a great job, and I'm jealous that those who will be attending SDCC this weekend will definitely get their hands on a nice one sheet of this poster. Not that size. It'll be, the traditional sort of, one sheets that they hand out at San Diego Comic-Con. So, but that would be cool to have nonetheless. I'll tell you right now, I'm digging it a lot more than I dig the promotional image they released. Was it last week, the end of last week or a week ago? This image right here. I wasn't crazy on this image. Now look, Michael Myers looks fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the way he looks, but for me, it's just a little too produced. It's a little too staged. It's a little too bright. If I was the photographer, I would have had some low-key lighting somewhere in there, either on the right side or the left side of his body, to create some nice shadows, some nice depth, and I wouldn't have had him posing with his leg out. It just looks a little too staged, a little too posed, and not crazy on it. Michael looks good. Yeah, he looks fine. The mask looks great. He looks great, but it just looks a little too staged for my liking. Now, I understand that this is released by EW, and I understand that EW tends to have very produced and staged and posed promotional images of a lot of the movies that they cover. A lot of the Star Wars promotional images looked very staged and produced as well, but when we're talking about Michael Myers, the visual aesthetic of his presence and being true to who he is as the Shape is so important and vital to the character that I believe even in a produced image, you have to honor that part about his character. And this isn't. This just looks like Michael's hanging out on a farm, and they just decided to take his photo after he was done hauling hay. And it doesn't have an effect on me. Now, this image right here, which is very similar, it's a promotional image. It was released in and around the time the trailer came out. This is a much stronger image. Now, there's some things about it that I might have done differently, but this is a much stronger image than the EW image right here. So I just would have rolled right over that. I would have been like, no, EW, wait a bit, don't release it, at that time, because if you're going to release this image, the poster, which just totally steamrolls over the EW, who gives a shit about that image anymore when you got this? I just personally, in my opinion, I don't think it was necessary to have EW release this image of Michael Myers when you have this image coming so soon after, because it's much more dynamic, much more impactful. Granted, it's an illustration. Yes, I get that. But it sells the character of the Shape, who the Shape is, better. And that's why I just would not have bothered with that EW image at all. Like I said, it looks like Michael is our friend. And I don't want that. I don't want to feel comfortable when I look at the Shape. So I wouldn't have given that. It's not a bad image. I don't mean it's a bad image. I just mean that when you compare the two, it's like, yeah, that's it. I would have released that. This to me can be your poster. This could be your poster. Just have this as your official poster. Have this in all the movie theaters. Have that on the fucking DVD box, man. Have it on the box. Can you imagine if this poster was the cover of the DVD box, or like a steel case or something, and then when you turn it over, you see the back of him. So now we're on the other side of him, but in the background, you see Laurie with her gun like this. So now the poster makes sense. You look at the poster and you're like, oh, he's going like this because he sees Laurie, that would be really cool, right? Like shit like that I really love. So there's a lot of potential that you could take this image and really sort of extend it further. There's a lot of things that you could do with this. So I'm digging it. Anyways, comment below and let me know your thoughts. Do you guys like it? Do you not like it? I would love to know. My name's Dave McRae. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. McRae is MCRAE. Facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. That's where you can follow me. In the meantime and in between time when I'm not posting here, that's where I tend to post. The link is in the description. Now, if you want to help support the channel each and every month via Patreon, you can also do that. The link is in the description as well. So, comment below and let me know your thoughts on this new SDCC Halloween 2018 poster. Whew! I'd love to know. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.